All right. So on our agenda today, we'll basically use this session to cover everything that we need to know about the Oze loan process from start to finish. So when I say from start to finish, I mean from the actual point of the loan application to when you're actually done paying off the loan. So uh, basically an end-to-end process. So um, on the agenda for the meeting, we will look at the requirements of an Oze loan. We will also look at an actual like live demo of what the application process looks like. We'll also cover what happens when you actually qualify for an Oze loan and you receive, what the process in receiving a loan offer and what that entails. The repayment schedule for an Oze loan and any questions that you might have at the end of the presentation. So as much as possible, if you could keep your questions to the end of the presentation, that would be awesome. So you can just make a note of that somewhere. But if maybe something is, maybe I cover something and it's not like very clear in the moment and you need immediate clarification on that, you can just quickly put your hand up or just quickly type in the chat box and I'll just quickly clarify anything. But if you have maybe any questions on the overall process, kindly, if possible, leave that to the end of the presentation. All right, so requirements. So the starting point for any loan or loan application on the Oze platform are the requirements for the loan. So before anyone qualifies for, or before anyone is eligible to apply for a loan, you need to have been an active user of the app for at least 30 days. So 30 plus days, 30 or more days. And when we say an active user as well, we mean recording transactions, because transactions here at Oze are super important to us. That is what the app is primarily built on. People recording transactions to track the state of their business, track the health of their business, track the profitability of their business. So we have fed this directly into the loan process. So it's incredibly important that anyone who wants a loan needs to be an active user of the app. And by active user, we mean to be actively recording transactions. So that brings us nicely to point number 2, where before we actually consider any loan application, applicants must have recorded at least 30 transactions on the Oze app. So in scenarios in which somebody has not recorded up to 30 transactions, that is an automatic rejection of that loan application. What will most likely happen is that an Oze rep, myself or my one of my other colleagues that work on the lending team will reach out to you to let you know that you have not recorded enough transactions on the app, so you need to keep using the app more actively for a little while longer before you can look into applying for a loan. And the other thing as well that you need, in addition to being an active user of the app, is you need a 90-day bank or mobile money statement. So when we say 90 days, we mean basically at the point of the application, the statement needs to cover 90 days from the date of the application going back 90 days. So for instance, if let's say today is the 26th of June, if I'm making the application today, my statement needs to go back to, for instance, the 26th of March. So 3 months is roughly what we look at for the financial statement that you provide. So basically what we do is that we look at the your Oze data, and the more comprehensive it is, the better. So the more transactions you've recorded, the more we can look at that and the more we can rely on that in terms of granting you a loan. And we also look at the bank or the mobile money statement that you provided to be able to determine the ease with which you'll be able to pay back whatever loan you are requesting or whatever loan that we are looking to offer you. So, I mean, there have been scenarios in the past where people have been granted loans or the quality of the application has been improved drastically based on the fact that they are high active users of the app and they've recorded thousands of transactions on the app, so we can actually look at that stuff to be able to determine, okay, this is what is going on in this person's business, and then we can add that to the financial statement to then grant a loan that's maybe is a lot closer to what the user might have been looking for. Right, so those are the requirements. So what we'll actually do now is we'll just very quickly, I'll very quickly share the screen of my phone, and then we can actually just go through a live demo of what applying for a loan on the new Oze Coupon Tool app looks and feels like. So I'll just quickly share my screen, and then I'll just walk us through that. Sorry, reshare my screen, I should probably say. So guys, please let me know when you can see my phone screen. If anyone can confirm that you can see my screen, that would be great.
I can see it.
All right, thank you so much, Linda. Okay, so this is the home screen of my phone. So just launch the app and then we'll get started. No, let me actually close this and then launch it again because I was doing something. All right. So yeah, when you launch the Oze app, this is what it looks like. So this is the home page, and the cool thing about it is that we made accessing the loan application feature on the app a lot more easier than it was in the previous version of the app. So immediately you launch the app, it's right there in your face. You're eligible for a loan. Apply for Oze loans with affordable interest rates to grow your business. So we'll just go ahead and then we'll tap on that. So apply for a loan, and it will just redirect us into the Oze loan application portal. So once you tap on apply for a loan, it uses the browser on your device to redirect you into this loan application form. And then all you have to do is a very, very short form. You just have to fill in the relevant details on the form and then request whatever amount you're looking for, and then that's it, loan application completed. So I'm just going to quickly go through the form to just show us what it looks like. So because this form redirects, or because this form comes directly from your Oze account to like land on this page, it will already pre-fill your phone name on your Oze account and also your email address. So that information is pre-filled. You don't have to bother filling that information again. So next step on the form is date of birth. So for date of birth, straightforward. That was just like a random date. So I'll just go ahead and just choose like a completely random date of birth for us to fill in. So let's say 13th January 1990, and you can just cycle through this. It's very simple, straightforward to use. You can just select whatever you want. Phone number as well. That again comes pre-filled in because it links the number that's stored on your Oze account to this form, right? So next step, marital status. Let's say for the purposes of I am single, but let's say for the purposes of this demo, I'm married. I can set that. My gender, I'll just leave that as. The options are male, female. Prefer not to say. I'll leave that as male. What's your highest level of education? Let's say tertiary instead. And then what's your residential address? So for my residential address, I'll just use the address, our office address, which is on our website. And I'll just put that in so that you can have a feel of what that looks like whilst recording. So I'll just quickly type that in. Bushy Street. Sorry, that autocorrected. Sorry about that. Bushy Street. Akwaje, Accra. So with the residential address, it's really important to make this as comprehensive as possible because we want to be able to have a good sense of whoever we are lending to. So sometimes what we do notice is that some people provide residential addresses that we cannot really use if we do want to move forward with a loan application. So you see people put down things like maybe Accra or maybe Usu, things like that. And I mean, yeah, that isn't really useful to us in terms of whether or not we're getting to know the customer and then actually granting them a loan. So next question, how many cell phones do you own? Let's say for the purposes of this demo. 2, how many children do you have? Let's say 2 as well. Do you own a car? Yes. If so, if you own a car, what year was your car made? Let's say 2013. And how long have you been using your current cell phone? Let's say 1 to 2 years. And then what's your living situation? Let's say renting a house. And then there's some additional questions as well. Do you use WhatsApp for business or the same WhatsApp number for personal business activities? Yeah, so this is asking you to more or less distinguish between whether or not you have a dedicated number for maybe WhatsApp for business, or if you use the same number for both, or if you use your personal number for just business communication with your customers or your clients, so on and so forth. So I'll just indicate personal and business. And approximately how many family people can you tend to in your network for financial, tend to for support when having financial. And please, everyone can still see my screen, right? Just to confirm.
Yes, please.
All right, thank you, Winnie. All right, so here I'll just indicate maybe for next of kin. So I'll just leave test there. Okay, you know what? Let me actually just make this John Doe, for instance, and then for the phone number, I'll just put in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So after we've filled in this portion of the form, which is personal information, we then move on to business information. So you see that it saves the application, right? And it brings us to the next page, which is the business information page. Now, again, because it's pulling information from your Oze account, what is your business name? That already comes in pre-filled with your business name on the app, so it doesn't give me the opportunity to edit that. And you get the opportunity to briefly explain what you do or provide information what you do, your business or what your business does or what it's intended to do. So you see, enter your business description. So I'm just going to say I sell, based on my business name, let's just say I sell maybe football jerseys, right? And what is your business address? So let's say that maybe I have the same business address as my personal address. So I'll just enter that same information I did on the other side of the form when I entered in my personal address. And again, this ideally should be as detailed as possible. Sorry, put the correct ones again. Should be as detailed as possible. Because yeah, that's the only way we have a good sense of whoever that we are lending the money to. So which state is your business located? Greater Accra. I'll just leave that there. What year did you start your business in? Let's say 2021. And how many employees do you have excluding yourself? Let me say 1. And then TIN information. So over here, you need to enter in your TIN, which stands for tax identification number in Ghana and in Nigeria. This is where you should be entering your BDN. So this portion of the form is just like some additional financial information for us to have a better sense of whoever we're lending to. So in Ghana, I do know that the GRA is no longer giving out new TINs, and what everybody has to do now is to just sign up for a Ghana card, and then once you sign up for a Ghana card, that automatically becomes your tin. But let's say for the purposes of this demo, we'll just leave that as test, and you even have a sample of what the tin should look like at the bottom. So you know what, let's actually just use the sample that we have at the bottom rather than use test. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, then hyphen 1, 2, 3, 4. So your tin should be looking something like this. And you have the opportunity to indicate whether or not the tin that you have provided is either a personal tin or a business tin. Because the way a tin works is that it's a unique identifier. So you as an individual yourself have a personal tin, and if you have a business, the business entity, the legal entity of the business also has a tin. So let's say for the purposes of this demo, this is a tin. Which trade associations do you belong to? Leave blank if you are not a member of any. So just go ahead and leave that blank. And when was the last time that you were, when were you last without income? You can be without income because you were in school, laid off. So let's just choose, let's go back to maybe March 2014, and then choose maybe the 3rd of March 2014 for the last time that I was without income. So that's how you set that. And then once I've done that, I tap onto loan information, financial information, which brings me on to the next portion of the loan. So over here on this portion of the loan, I enter in what my current bank balance is. Let's assume that I am a very financially secure person who has a very healthy bank balance. Let's say 100,000, and then if I also have an active mobile money account as well, let's say 10,000 in mobile money. Right. And outside of your business, do you have another source of consistent income? So this is more for people that have maybe a full-time job, but also have a business on the side, because we know a lot of our users fall into that category. Because, in this part of the world, a lot of people have that side hustle culture. So in a scenario in which you have maybe like a salary job, but then you also do business on the side, you can indicate yes. And then if you have another source of income, like a wage or investments, approximately how much do you earn from it, excluding money earned from your business on Oze per year. So if, let's say, you have a job that pays you maybe 5,000 cedis every month, that would be 60,000 in a year. Right, so once that's filled, a very short portion of the form, we move on to loan information. So now this is where you state how much you are looking to borrow, right? And let's say if based on everything I have said, I'm looking to borrow maybe 10,000 cedis. I enter that in here, and I move on to the next portion of the form, which will ask me to choose from a list of reasons why I want the loan. So maybe I want the loan to cover my salary or inventory, rent, so on and so forth. You have the opportunity to indicate any of this. So let's say I want this loan for inventory. Maybe I want to stock up on some items in my business. Maybe I've gotten some information that there are some new products that will be moving very quickly in the near future. So I want inventory on that. So I can select that. So now once we've filled out all parts of the form, I then move to submit application. Okay, so it's telling me that I need to, there are certain portions of the form that I have left blank, which I shouldn't have blank. So I'll just quickly go through the list to find out where I didn't fill, and I'll just quickly fill. Okay, yeah, so it's telling me here that this is not a valid phone number. So let me just enter in an actual number I have, and then I'll just cycle through the form again, then submit loan application. All right, great. So review your application. So over here, I have the opportunity to just cross-check to make sure that all the details that I entered are accurate. So over here, you just have to quickly go to the list, make sure that all information you entered is accurate. You didn't leave out anything or you didn't misrepresent anything. And once you are done, you come to the bottom of this form, you tap on this, and then you choose All right, so let me just maybe give a little more clarification what you should be doing in this portion. So remember at the beginning of the presentation, I mentioned that you need a 90-day bank or mobile money statement. So you should be getting the mobile money statement from your telco. So your provider. So whether that's MTN, Vodafone, Airtel, Tigo, you should be getting that statement from them. Normally, when you request the statement, they will send it to you via email. So all you have to do is to save that onto your phone. You can upload that from here. And truthfully, the same thing with your bank as well. You need to save it onto your phone. So because I'm using an iPhone, let's say I have the opportunity to maybe choose a file. Maybe there's a file directly in my on my phone that I can select from. So I'll just go ahead and then select this. This is a mobile money statement that I have. So I select that, and then it says file successfully uploaded, and then I go ahead and then I submit. So once I submit, that's it, loan application submitted, and you should receive loan application submitted successfully. You receive a response on application within 2 business days. So this is not. So what we actually do is we try to give ourselves 3 business days actually, because we get a lot of loan applications, and unfortunately we are not a very big team. So sometimes it takes us a while to get through all of those applications. So in case you do apply for a loan and you haven't heard from us within 2 business days, is because we're normally processing a high volume of loans. So yes, we will get your loan application in due course. So yeah, that's basically it for submitting a loan on Oze, submit a loan application on Oze. So I'll just go back to sharing my screen. Just go back to the presentation, and then we will continue from there. So I'll just reshare the presentation. All right, so please let me know when you can see my screen again, and then I'll continue with the presentation. Winnie, Linda, Hosea, if anyone can let me know if they can see my screen, and then continue.
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right, thank you, Linda. So let's continue. So what happens next after you submit a loan application on Oze? So like I said, what we do is that we will get a loan application, we will work on it within 3 working days, and we will review the application based on the financial data you provide and the Oze data that is also on record. And then on the basis of that, we will run some analysis on it, and we'll be able to determine based on the information that you provide whether or not we can grant a loan amount of what you are looking for or something else. So for instance, there are scenarios in which somebody might apply for maybe a 7,000 cedi loan, or maybe a 400,000 naira loan, but they're based on the financial information they provide. In the case of a 7,000 cedi loan, for instance, maybe the person qualifies for a 5,000 cedi loan instead. So we'll reach out to the person and let the person know that, okay, you applied for a 7,000 cedi loan, but you actually don't qualify for 7,000 cedi loan. You qualify for a 5,000 cedi loan instead. Is this something that you would be interested in? A lot of the time, most people do take us up on that, because a lot of people need an injection of cash to help them with some cash flow. So yeah, they take us up on the offer, and we begin working on the loan application for them. Sorry, a loan offer for them. So what is entailed in the loan offer is that as a base rate, all our loans start off with a 5% monthly interest rate on the principal amount. So I'll cover this into more detail when we get to the repayment portion of the presentation. But each loan has a starting point, has a 5% monthly interest rate, and this interest rate gradually drops with each loan that you take based on your behavior based on your behavior as a borrower during the period of time that you had the loan, you had the loan. So when I say behavior, I'm talking about things like how easy you were to reach in terms of if maybe you had any difficulty repaying the loan, or how quickly you pay back the loan in terms of your repayment dates, or whether or not you had the loan for longer than you were meant to. Things like that. That's what we look at in terms of behavior, in terms of whether or not we decide whether or not we are going to drop the interest rates for subsequent loans. So another thing as well that we need for the loan offer is your business address. So you provide a business address. You provide one on the form, but we will most likely reach out to you in the event that, like I indicated earlier, is not comprehensive enough and we need more information. We reach out to you to get that information from you, and we'll use that to prepare the loan offer as well. And then finally, all our loans are insured against hospitalization and injury that prevents you from being active in your business, and that also affecting repayment. So we insure all our loans. So in the event that you are unable to pay the loan because maybe you've been hospitalized, or maybe you have picked up some kind of serious injury, you can reach out to whoever is following up on your repayments, or whoever helped you with your loan application, and then you can let them know, and then they will help you process a claim. So in the event that for maybe one of your repayments, you ended up in hospital, this affected your ability to work and make money in your business, you reach out to that person helps you process a claim, and then the insurance company steps in to make that payment that you were hospitalized, that period in which you're hospitalized, that the payment for that period. All right, so with our loan offers as well, in Ghana and Nigeria, we have introduced a few additional steps to know our customers a little better, right, in terms of the people that we are lending to, and also make our process slightly more automated and more seamless. So in Ghana, what we do now is that for every loan that exceeds 2,200 cedis, we do an address verification. So the company that we've partnered with there is Agrigatech. So they will send somebody to verify that the business address that you provide to us, we provide to them, and then they will send somebody there to indeed verify that you are at that address, you are indeed engaged in the kind of business that you claim that you are engaged in, and they will gather information and then send us a report based on what they gathered, and then if what is provided is what checks out in terms of the information we have available, then we can move forward with that loan in Ghana. And in Nigeria as well, we have partnered with a company that allows us to set up an auto debit service, so that at the point of giving out the loan, we just set up the repayment schedule even before the loan goes out, so that on the dates that the loan is due every month, the system just debits your account. So in Nigeria, you just provide your BVN, we set that up for you with a specific amounts that pertain to each repayment, and then when the money is due, the company will just push a request to your bank, and then your bank sends the money to them, and then that's it. Simple, straightforward, and yeah, everyone is happy. So this is a sample of a loan agreement that sample of a loan agreement that we do here at Oze. So this is a Ghanaian loan, for instance. This is what it looks like. So in the event that you have been offered a loan, this is the kind of document that you get in your email. So the information that you provide, your business name, your business address, business owner name, the date, We also break down the terms of the repayments, break down everything, the principal amount, the interest rates, the amounts that you're meant to pay each month. And we also provide you with a repayment table so that it's a little more easier to view at a glance. The dates that you're meant to be making each repayment, when you're meant to making repayments, the amount you're meant to be repaying, and the total amount that you're meant to be repaying, and also the account details that you can make payments into when you are making a repayment on your loan. And so this is the rest of the form, the offer. So we will send this to you via email. You just sign, you fill out all the personal information, you sign. We also fill out the information that we need to on our part, and then we sign it as well. And then once all of this is done, we will send you the money, and then that's it. The loan has been initiated. Now, once you get the loan, so this is where I revisit the interest rate. So interest rate is, like I said, for all our loans, it starts out at 5%. So it's 5% on the principal amount every month for 6 months to give you the total amount for the total amount to be repaid for the loan. So just here as an example, this is a 6,000 CD loan, right? That is meant to be paid back at a 5% monthly interest rate for 6 months. So what we are doing here basically is that we are dividing the loan into 6, right? So a sixth of 6,000, that's 1,000. So that's the initial amount. And then also we look at 5% of the principal amount, which here again is 6,000. So 1,000 plus 300. So 300 is 5% of 6,000. That gives us the repayment amount of 1,300. So for this loan, for instance, this user will pay back 1,300 every month on the day on which the loan was disbursed for 6 months, bringing the total repayment to 7,800. So that is basically it, start to finish. That is what the loan process looks like at Oze. So it's really simple, it's really straightforward. Most of the time, people receive a loan within a few days of applying. It normally doesn't take more than a week. And especially as well, if you are somebody that we have lent to in the past, when we have some of the information that I described that we will need already on hand, it's a lot easier to process a loan. So there have been scenarios in which certainly people have applied for a loan on a specific day and received the money that same day. Sometimes that quick, depending on relationship with you, depending on what kind of borrower you were when you first had the loan, can really be that quick. So yeah, so that's the end of the presentation. So if there are any questions, please, the floor is open.